Greetings again to Gaia's children. I am Otto Kaufmann.
And I am Ross Al-Kharif. You're listening to the second installment of Heartwood Tower Voice's newest program, Beast Banter.
We left off last time with Ross rambling some nonsensical nonsense about the righteous fight against the Anubian army.
And as it turns out, we won't be able to continue that conversation today.
What?
Sorry. I was informed by the higher-ups that we can't spend too much time on any one issue. Such, I suppose, is the nature of the corporate bureaucracy. But Otto, I thought you were a fan of business.
You're twisting my words. In any case, what are we supposed to talk about then?
Well, I'd say that's interesting in and of itself. I have a piece of parchment saying that we need to discuss bow control.
Oh, that's useless, Ross. Bow control has already been settled. Citizens have the right to own a bow.
And here I disagree. We ought to get rid of them, seeing as they're very dangerous.
So that's your argument? They're scary?
Very scary, and lethal when put into the wrong hands.
And we don't put them into the wrong hands. Shopkeepers can decide who they sell their wares to.
So that's it. You just leave it up to business beasts. That's an open invitation to the kinds of chaos we already see spreading across beast lands. A business beast will sell to whoever is willing to buy, even if that potential buyer has a rather sketchy moral character.
So it all comes back to vilifying the merchant class, doesn't it, Ross?
Consider the facts, Otto. In all of the beast-ruled regions of Europe, anyone can walk into a store and buy a bow, with no restrictions. This same state of lawlessness pervades in the groves. We've gone there for safety, but we only find violence.
Oh, come on.
Anyone can buy a bow. That's bloody well stupid. For crying out loud, we already have shady bow dealers standing in the streets of Camelot. Camelot!
They have to have certified training as a knight, or preferably be well versed in druidic rituals.
Don't you understand how crazy this is, Otto? Think about it. Any run-of-the-mill mercenary can buy a bow with no background check.
Is that such a bad thing? Mercenaries aren't bad people.
They kill for a living.
I know the situation isn't ideal, but mercenaries help protect us. For example, Anglorum's militias were employing them in sabotage operations against the Avalonians. That's good work.
And then we end up with thousands of mercenaries running around our world, ruthlessly massacring the native cacti populations of Dustshore. A lack of bow control is an ecological disaster.
Ross, what's happening in Dustshore is just the natural way of things. We beasts dominate over the lower species.
That is so wrong.
It is anything but. If we want soldiers that can effectively turn back the great threats facing this generation, all options to give beasts combat experience should be open. Besides, many of the mercenaries prefer knives or are versed in arcane magics. Bows are not the root of all evil.
But where does it end, Otto? What do you want next? Destructive magic spells? Lances, yeah? I bet you'd be ecstatic if lawless mercenaries could get lances without a background check.
Now listen here, Ross.
Or maybe catapults.
Catapults are fine by me.
Oh, of course. I bet you'd love it if everyone and their mother owned a catapult as large as Grimfrost himself. Catapults are clearly the jurisdiction of government. But no, gotta protect the freedom to weapons of mass destruction. How did the humans die, Otto? They say nobody knows, but it could very well have been catapults.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Catapults could not have brought forth such destruction.
Very big catapults.
You've had too much to drink.
Really? Maybe we'll have to call in Abacus Watchtower and ask him if I'm crazy or not.
Don't you even get me started, Ross.
I bet you'd love it if we beasts wiped ourselves out, just as the humans did before us.
Oh, that's rich. Making up your own history and expecting me to play along? No chance.
You're advocating murder.
I do beg to differ, but we'll have to put that to rest. We're running really tight on time.
Of course. The restrictions of the corporate bureaucracy.
I think I'll finish this off with wise words from Dracius of the Heartland Rangers. When catapults are outlawed, only outlaws will have catapults.
I hate it when you get the last word, Otto. Luckily, Mr. Dracius got the last word this time. We'll have to finish up this conversation on the next show.
Not an option. The magic parchment says next show we'll be discussing... I can't read it. Somebody needs neater handwriting.
It says, Jack Thundercloud and the Pink Ponies.
Oh dear Gaia, I need a day job.
I am Russell Kharif.
And I am Otto Kaufmann. This was Beast Banter, signing off.